Hello everyone, Rabbi Rosen here. Chag Sameach, hoping you're having a wonderful and joyous Sukkot, and of course a Shabbat Shalom. And I'd like to just mention to you a practice that is part of the Sukkah experience. It comes from the Jewish mystical tradition, and it's known as Ushpizin. We symbolically invite into our Sukkah, with a very special formula that we recite, those who were the leaders of our people, the patriarchs of Israel, the kings, those who had a major role in advancing the covenant of Israel. In more recent times, that list has been extended to the matriarchs and other women who have been major influencers of our direction in Jewish life and history as well. And I've often wondered what it would be like if we could extend that list even further and ask the question, to just whom would we like to have in our Sukkah if we had an opportunity to invite anyone to enter into that beautiful, fragile hut and sit down for a conversation? What questions would we ask? What would we want to know about them? So I have a rather long list, but I'll offer just a few right now. Abraham. I really would love to know what gave you the insight to truly know that the God of Israel, this God that you are just meeting for the first time, who says to you, go forth from your native land, and everything you knew about it, the pagan background of your upbringing, the sense that there were many gods to serve, and says, no, that is not the way. Come and be a blessing in a new land and in a new way that I will show you. Just one God and just one way of worshiping that God that I will also explain to you. And so that is what you did. What was it like to be that kind of pioneer? And Sarah, what was it like to be married to that kind of pioneer? He was also a fallible human being, suggesting at a certain point that you were his sister and not his wife, as a way of really saving his own skin when meeting Pharaoh in Egypt. That must have been painful. Also, the Akedah, bringing your son Isaac up to the mountain, supposedly to sacrifice your beautiful new child to the God of Israel. What was that like? What terror did you feel? And what did you feel after the Akedah resolved without there being any harm caused to Isaac? And if we could fast forward in history just a little bit, or quite a bit actually, other people I would love to invite into my Sukkah. Theodore Herzl. What was it like to have the vision of having a brand new state just for the Jewish people, just to keep them safe from the perils of anti-Semitism? And how did you summon up the resilience to kind of stay the course along the way? There were so many not forces outside of the Jewish world that fought against you, and some within the Jewish world, some who wanted Uganda, not the land of Israel. And I remember something you said in a rare moment of weakness. What a fool I would be if I were doing this for their thanks. But you stayed the course, and you were right. One day there would be a Jewish state. George Washington. I have no idea how you managed to have the courage and the perseverance to help to create the new American state. First of all, you had great pains within your own life, discovering that your wife was not capable of bearing children. You were reluctant in assuming the role of leader of the Continental Army and later to become president. And then there was a mutiny against you when the new government was formed. But calmly and with great persistence, you kept going forward, and we are the beneficiaries of your resilience. Greta Thunberg, activist. At age 15, you raised the call for environmental concern and to fight against climate change. And you said very famously, I have selective mutism, I have OCD, I have Asperger's syndrome, which means I only speak when I really want to. This is such a time, and you have spoken against climate change and all that it represents, and people are listening to you. What is the secret of your power? What can we learn from you so that when we speak, others will listen as well? The list, as I said, is very long. Who would be on yours? And what would those conversations look like? Chag Sameach, Shabbat Shalom, wishing you the very best.